Okay, so I am in complete carnival theme. We're going to make something which is actually traditional in Napoli, mostly made during Christmas time, Easter, and also carnival. Really, it's such a wonderful recipe, any excuse is good. So I'm going to go through the ingredients and then I'll tell you what I haven't told you what we're going to make. We're making struffoli. If you've never had struffoli, you'll enjoy this recipe. If you have had them, you'll enjoy it anyway because you know how fabulously delicious they are and very, very, very addictive. I have forgotten to take my mask off. Well, I'm completely into the carnival. I can't get it off. Yes, I can. Okay, that's better. That'll help me cook better. In Italian, you say a carnevale ogni scherzo vale, which means anything goes. So it's any time I can get away to dressing up anyway. It's a bit like Halloween, really, carnival. You can imagine children, parents, family groups dress up in themes and parade in the streets once a week. We're going to make a dough. We're going to let it rest in the fridge. I'm going to use my electric mixer here. You can also do it by hand. I'm sure once upon a time, especially in Napoli, I'm sure it was only done by hand. So we're going to add all the ingredients for the dough together and then we're going to mix it up. So that's 600 grams of flour, 4 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk, 80 grams of butter, 30 grams of sugar, 60 mils of limoncello. Now, if you don't have limoncello, you could use another liqueur if you have one. Otherwise, you can just not add it at all. But if we want to be as authentic as possible, limoncello is traditionally Napolitano, so we will use it in our traditional Napolitano recipe. We're also using the zest of 1 lemon and a pinch of salt. Okay. Struffoli are very, very sweet. You can imagine they've been fried and then they're soaked in honey. So they're really delicious. They are addictive, but I find you really can't eat too many because otherwise it is really, they're sickly sweet, as I would call it. So you can imagine how they're a hot favourite with children. Okay, so once our dough starts coming together, we'll just let it work a bit more. Okay, so once my KitchenAid starts to struggle a little bit, I'm going to gather it up. We're just going to work that gently and just make sure it's all well combined. You don't really need to knead this very long. You don't need to work it. It's not like making pasta dough, but we do want all the ingredients to be well amalgamated together. Now it's best to leave this in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to rest. The last time though that I made struffoli, I actually made the dough the night before and I put it in the fridge and then it just got too late, so I thought I'll make them tomorrow. Okay, so I've removed a little bit of our dough from the fridge and I'm going to work with a little bit at a time, and the bit that I'm not using I've left in the fridge. So what we want to do is, this is a great thing to do with your children actually because they would have loads of fun helping you. What we're going to do is first we want to make like long ropes. We want them to be the diameter basically of your finger, and then we roll. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to then cut, they have to be the same size, pieces. This part is very repetitive, it can be a bit boring, but once you've cut them all up, the rest is easy and actually very quick. So this is the longest process of the whole part of the recipe. If you have helpers in the house, gather them round. And, you know, especially children, they could be rolling out the sausage shapes for you and then you can just cut them. Okay, I've finished preparing all my struffoli. Now what you want to do is, you want to get a sieve and you want to put them, even a flat sieve you can use. You want to pop them in here and you're going to just give them a little shake because you want to get any excess flour off them before they go in the hot oil. These cook really quickly and we can do quite a lot at one time. So into the oil they go. Whoops. And you're going to want to move them so they're not going to stick on the bottom. As I said, they don't take long. So as they cook, as they fry, I'm just moving them around so that they're going to cook uniformly, but also so they don't stick to the bottom of the pan. So we want these golden brown, but not too dark. When you're happy with the color that they've reached, these are a light golden brown, I'm going to add them to a bowl lined with 4 or 5 layers of kitchen paper because we really want to absorb any excess oil that comes off these. Okay, once you've fried all your struffoli, you leave them in the bowl. They don't have to cool down because we're going to move straight on to the next step. So we're going to use 400 mils of honey. Obviously the final flavour of your struffoli will depend on the honey that you choose. And what we're going to do is we're going to warm that honey so it becomes more liquid. To try and cover all the struffoli with the honey as it is now, it's a bit too dense. We're going to heat that gently. Okay, that's already ready. It doesn't take long at all. We're not heating it up. We're not making it simmer. We just want to get it nice and warm so it becomes more liquid. At that point, we're going to get our struffoli. We're going to tip them, all of them, into the honey. Mix all the struffoli in so that they're covered in the honey. At this point, some people add glacé cherries, some people add candied peel, some add actual almonds and nuts. I'm just going to add some candied orange peel. Okay, so once you've covered all your struffoli, it's time to serve it. All I'm going to do is get a spoon. So this is warm right now. As it cools down, it sets. The honey soaks into the struffoli. Some people leave them as is, but as they're usually for children, they're usually not finished until we put a little bit of these little miniature hundreds of thousands on them. Just a sprinkling. And then to finish them off, to give them a little bit of, I'm going to add some little silver sugar draggies as well. And there you have it, struffoli for Carnival. And I hope that this would make any Napolitano, specialmente una nonna napoletana, proud. And now I'm going to try one. Buon appetito.